What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to right a wrong. You see, we've looked at almost all of the Digimon cards that came out in New Evolution. The problem is we've not looked at every Digimon card that came out in New Evolution, because we've not actually looked at all of the vanilla cards. Now, we have for red, but we've not looked at the non-red vanilla cards. And here's the thing, right? These vanilla cards are actually sometimes extremely good and extremely useful and extremely valuable. Now, we can have a look. I showed you a beatdown deck recently. And the theory was that you would just basically play big, bulky cards, and you would play them normally without actually having to pay to evolve up, and you would just overwhelm your opponent with gigantic cards. Now, I'm not entirely sure how valid this theory is, but we've done a video about it, and it certainly looks fun, if nothing else. But when you're playing a deck like that, you want to go over to the starter decks, and you want to be playing those vanilla cards, things like Pleasiumon, for instance, or Magnadramon would be another fun one, because they're 10 costs, so you can play them even if you've got 0 memory on the gauge, and they're 12,000 power, and they're big and bulky, and life is good. But I also yesterday showed you a Blue Rush deck, or control deck, call it what you will, that swarmed Digimon, and when all you're trying to do is swarm, cheaper Digimon, the vanilla ones are good. So we'll start off in blue. We've got Armadillomon. Now, Armadillomon is a very fun one. It is a 2 cost to play normally, which is cheap for a level 3. 1 cost to evolve, which is actually expensive. We expect level 3s to be free, this sucks. But it's got 4,000 power. So this is a card that you would play normally without evolving. This is a non-evolving card. And then you've got a 2 cost 4,000 power Digimon. That's pretty awesome. Or you could go for Elecmon. Now, Elecmon is kind of an interesting one because it is actually identical to the Gomamon that we saw over in the starter decks. It's literally exactly the same. A 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 3,000 power, blue level 3 Digimon. But the difference here is, well, nothing. You just get to play more than 4 of them. So now all of a sudden you've got potentially 8, and they are free to evolve, and they are 3,000 power. Why would you play this over something like the Gomamon that has an inheritable skill, whereby you gain 1 memory when it's destroyed? Because you can play it down as a 2 cost, normally without having to evolve into it. Remember, you can only hatch 1 Digitarma per turn. What you don't want to be doing here is always evolving your level 3s if you want to get many into play, because you can only hatch 1 Digitarma per turn, and even then, if you evolve and bring it out, you haven't hatched another one, so you're only really hatching 1 every 2 turns, which means you're going to have to play a lot of your level 3s normally. So a 2 cost becomes pretty gosh darned good. Now there is only 1 level 4 vanilla blue, but oh my goodness, it's good. It's Gorillamon. And Gorillamon's kind of a monster. I mean, 6,000 power on a level 4 is nuts. 6,000 power is more than we see on any other level 4 in New Evolution, at least in the blue deck. Or the blue set. Call it what you will. But it only costs 1 to evolve. And this is kind of the key here. This is awesome. So, if you want to evolve up through, and you're going for more of a swarmy, powerful deck rather than using skills, Gorillamon has absolutely got your back. The fact that it is a 1 cost to evolve 6,000 power is a bit nuts. Now, my favourite of the cards is Monzemon. We love Monzemon. Look how adorable he is! He is a level 5 though, and stats-wise, it's not stunning. Like, we can see other 6,000 power level 5s. It's fine. And certainly the 5 cost does make it the cheapest level 5 of the blues to play down normally. But that's about all it's got going for it. The 6,000 power isn't particularly good. The 2 cost to evolve is... I will say that is cheaper, alright? That is cheaper than your average level 5. We generally expect level 5s to cost 3 to evolve. So... It is cheaper in both regards. It's not terribly powerful though. I love it as a Digimon, but I do worry that it's just a little bit... It is cheaper when you're playing it, let's put it that way. Now, there are all of the blues we need to have a little bit of a look at. Oh no, wait! What about Loader Leomon? A level 5 vanilla card, and we expect quite a lot from a level 5 vanilla. 10,000 power on a level 5 is nuts. We've seen level 6s like Saber Leomon come in with 10,000 power. That's kind of ridiculous. 7 cost to play normally is in line with other level 5s. 3 cost to evolve is in line with other level 5s. Loader Leomon isn't coming in cheaply. Loader Leomon is coming in powerfully. And bearing in mind, I was telling you that we were willing to pay 10 to play a 12,000 power Digimon, so 7 for a 10,000 power does seem about in line with that. Nothing special about it other than the power, but the power alone should make you a little bit excited. Now moving over into yellow here, we can take a little bit of a look at the adorable Tsukaimon. And the thing about Tsukaimon is that, well, it's just like we saw with things like Elecmon. It is exactly the same. 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 3,000 power. And you're going to see this essentially. A lot of these vanilla cards are going to end up looking kind of familiar. And what I'm going to say here is pretty much the same as what I said about Elecmon. We have this beautiful situation where if what you're looking for is a nice cheap card to play, this has absolutely got your back. And it is very nice in that regard. It is only paying 2 to get a 3,000 power creature on the board. This is very, very nice. Although a quick side note here, Tinkermon looks really bad because it is a free cost 3,000 power. It looks objectively rubbish, but please do remember that when you play Petermon, you do get to play a Tinkermon either from your hand or your discard pile without paying the cost. That is why Tinkermon actually becomes a really good Digimon. Now, if we have a look at a level 3, the last level 3 we need to look at in terms of vanilla Digimon, we can take a little bit of a look at Leomon. Free cost, 0 to evolve, 4,000 power. It's fine. Again, there's nothing about this that really fills our heart with absolute joy. We do like 4,000 power on a level 3, and certainly if you're evolving, this is really good. There's no blue Digimon level 3 that has 4,000 power in this set, so that's really nice. I don't love the free to pay normally, but I think if you're evolving up through and just looking for more powerful Digimon, this is a really good option. What then starts to look really strange though is, if we go into the level 4s, we can have a look at Repamon, and it's exactly the same, except you've got to pay 2 to evolve it. Now, the paying 2 to evolve it shouldn't necessarily surprise you here, because it is a level 4, and level 4s you generally pay 2 to evolve, but I'll be honest with you, this ain't great. I'm really not loving this at all. Even as a vanilla card, the stats just don't bear out. I mean, if you're looking for a level 4, why don't we head over into the starter deck and play Gatomon? Now, it is 1 more to play normally, but it at least has an extra 1,000 power, and it is the same cost to evolve up. I don't think this is particularly nice at all. It's the only vanilla level 4, and it is still a little bit cheaper to play normally, 3 rather than most of them, which are 4. But no, I'm sorry. When you could play something along the lines of Darsmon, which is only 1 more to play normally, and it's the same cost to evolve, and it's got a skill that lets you draw a card when you play a level 3 Digimon and this is resting, I'm not seeing much of a reason for playing this. Some of these vanilla cards I really like. This is not one of them. Moving over into the level 5s, we do have a couple of options. One of them has phenomenal artwork, at least. We can have a look at Sirenmon. Now, Sirenmon comes in as a 5 cost to play normally, which is cheap for a level 5. 2 cost to evolve, which is 1 less than we would usually see for a level 5. 6,000 power. It's kind of weak. We expect more than 6,000 from a vanilla level 5. Even though it's a vanilla, we'd still expect a little bit more. Now, having said that, it is exactly the same as Monzaemon. So, I mean, I wasn't terribly enthused about that card. I'm not terribly enthused about this one, if I'm honest with you. It's fine, but it's not more than that. If you want one we can get a little bit excited about, how about we take a little bit of a look at the weird-looking Piximon? 6 cost to play normally is quite expensive even for a level 5. It's what we would expect to pay if we had a good ability. And the free cost to evolve isn't any cheaper, but it's 9,000 power. And 9,000 power on a level 5 is a little bit awesome. Now, to be fair, it's not the 10,000 power we saw on Loader Leomon, although it is 1 cheaper to play normally. It's not cheaper to evolve. So this is an ever so slightly cheaper, less bulky Loader Leomon. Obviously, I like Loader Leomon more. That extra 1,000 power could really come in handy. It's the difference between standing up to weaker level 6s and not. But still, if you're looking for a powerful, cheap-ish yellow Digimon, this one will have your back. And then finishing off, we need to go and have a look at the green Digimon. And we can start off with Gaburimon, who should look a little bit familiar. 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 3,000 power. It is exactly the same as Tsukaimon. It is exactly the same as Elecmon. It's just your standard vanilla level 3, evidently. Now, we do also have the Mushroom Dude, as I like to call him. Mushroomon, as most people like to call him. And this does make you pay to evolve, which, as we've seen, is really bad if you go first, because if you've got 0 memory, paying to evolve will end your turn. But it's a 2 cost to play normally, 4,000 power. And a 2 cost to play normally, 4,000 power, we like. We like very much indeed. Gets you a bit of bulk nice and early. I mean, it is Armadillomon, incidentally. It is exactly the same stats-wise as Armadillomon. Interesting to note, there is no yellow Digimon in New Evolution that fits this exact same profile. I don't love it when you're evolving it, but as I've said a couple of times, you're not always going to be able to evolve up these Digimon. You're not always going to have Digitama ready to go. So actually, in that regard, being able to pay 2 cost to play it normally, yes. I love that. I really like that. Now, in terms of level 4s, we've only got 1 vanilla. It is Vegemon. And here's what's super weird about Vegemon. It's been misprinted. Because if we have a look at the scan on the official website, it is a 4 cost to play normally, 1 cost to evolve, 4,000 power Digimon. Now, the 1 cost to evolve for a level 4 is really good. It is less than we would expect. We would expect 2. The 4,000 power is about in line, and it makes perfect sense. It is a slightly cheaper to evolve Digimon that is about as powerful as we would expect. 4,000 on a level 4 isn't particularly good. It's there with Ogremon. But Ogremon has Jammer, which is really good. So, this makes perfect sense. It is a slightly cheaper option for evolving up through without sacrificing power. Sounds good. Except it's been printed as a 6,000 power card. And I've not seen anyone with a 4,000 power Vegemon, incidentally. I've not seen anyone with that card. They seem to all have been, and if you have, let me know in the comment section. Or tweet me out the Wossy with a picture. Maybe they did boost the power and it's a misprint on the website. One of 2 things has happened. It's either misprinted on the website or it's misprinted on the card. But now that it's a 1 cost to evolve 6,000 power level 4, that's really good. I like that very much indeed. Now, to be fair, we do actually have a 1 cost to evolve 5,000 power level 4 that does have an inheritable skill. We are, of course, looking at Kabuterimon. For every one of your opponent's rested Digimon, you get an extra 1,000 power. So I'd still probably play Kabuterimon over it. And actually, as a 4,000 power card, it would kind of suck. So maybe it should. I mean, certainly as a 4,000 power card, there would be, well, I say there would be no reason to play it over Kabuterimon, paying 4 to play normally rather than 6. But then again, you could play someone like Ogremon, which is a 4 cost to play normally. So, as a 4,000 power Digimon, it is massively underpowered. As a 6,000 power Digimon that costs 1 to evolve, yeah, I kind of like it. And that is, unfortunately, the last vanilla Digimon we haven't looked at. Now, there is actually a vanilla level 6 for green. We've got a bit of the old Titamon, but honestly, Titamon is just the equivalent of those cards we looked at the beginning of the video. Things like Plesiomon or Magnadramon that are vanilla level 6s. Green didn't get a starter deck, so it never got the vanilla level 6, so they made it up with Titamon in the set. It's nothing special outside of that, it is just making good. So there we go, those are your vanilla Digimon. Some of them are very good and very worth playing, and some of them aren't, to put it frankly. The thing to remember is that even though these are not necessarily as exciting to talk about as the ones with skills, and they're probably not going to get their own videos very often, they are still going to see a fair amount of play. We've already seen it starting, and it's only going to carry on in the future. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about these vanilla cards, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.